The Nintendo Switch OLED has been out for a while. I have had it since launch day, and I want to talk about how I feel about it after, well, purchasing it for $350, even though I had this guy, the launch day Switch. But before that, I'm gonna talk about what is in this box. This is by X-Screen, and I'm doing a giveaway. Yes, a giveaway of this case, as well as an X-Screen, not the Series S, and, well, the stands that come with it, right here. This case right here is capable of storing your Series S, power cable, controller, and the X-Screen attached to it. And I want to give it to you because I believe so strongly in what these guys are doing. And well, I'm gonna have to figure out how to properly do this because the comment section is wild and I need to make sure you guys don't get tricked by bots. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, one of the videos is gonna have the giveaway instructions. You're definitely gonna wanna be subscribed and hit the notification bell because I'm gonna be giving you 72 hours to do whatever I need you to do in order to do this, because bots make it really hard. And so the Nintendo Switch OLED, again, has been out for a while. I love this thing. It is probably my favorite handheld device, if not my favorite handheld device, although I'm holding out for an OLED version of the Nintendo Switch Lite. But this guy right here has really changed the way that I play my games on Switch. Whereas before, I really strive to play most of my games in docked mode because the display is great. It was great to play games on the Nintendo Switch while I was on the go. It was kind of lackluster. The display was not as bright as I wanted it to be. Well, with the Nintendo Switch OLED, what we have here is the bezel-less display as well as the OLED bright vibrancy colors that you get with that and the full contrast that happens with an OLED panel. And well, it really does give you that experience that you want in a handheld form factor. This guy right here really is fun to play, and I'll tell you, replaying some games in this form factor actually felt like I was playing a new upgraded HD version of a game that I had already played. Breath of the Wild on this looks great, Hades incredible, and Luigi's Mansion 3, chef's kiss. These are just some examples of games that really do take advantage of the full color spectrum that you get with an OLED panel. But really, where this thing shines is the brightness. It shines bright, very bright. And that in and of itself gives you this gaming experience that feels quite immersive in a handheld form factor. I've said before in other videos that the Nintendo Switch, when really pumping and kicking and doing the right thing, feels like you're cheating. It feels like you're playing a game you shouldn't be playing in the form factor you're playing it in. And that, my friends, is the novelty or the excitement of a Nintendo product. I mean, when the 3DS launched and you were playing games in 3D handheld while sitting at a coffee shop, there was this moment, whether you thought it was a gimmick or not, there was this moment where you're like, am I really doing this right now? Is this really happening? And I loved handing the 3DS over to people, and after the eye tracking was properly calibrated, they see the game and they're like, holy cow, this is happening right in front of me. And while this isn't 3D and it is just simply a nice bright panel, in a handheld fashion, playing something like, again, Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart or Super Smash Brothers, it just feels like you're cheating. And so with different view angles and the fact that you're gonna be able to see really nice colors regardless of the different angle you're looking at it from, that also lends itself to a better gaming experience, something that the LCD panel on the normal Switch can't really provide you with. Now, we'll say that now that we're in 2023 and the life cycle of the hardware itself is getting kind of old. I mean, just because the panel is great and the battery is better than the launch day Switch, but the red box has the same battery life, you're still looking at a piece of hardware that has processing power from 5+ years ago. 2017 was the original release date. Now we're in 2023, going on 6 years of the life cycle. It doesn't look like we're gonna be getting a revision anytime soon just because this thing's selling like hotcakes. But I will say that there are games, even games that are supposedly first party optimized for this thing, that are just not optimized for this thing. I mean, the newest Pokemon game is a perfect example. So the power output of this is a little bit lacking, and in some instances when you dock it, you actually get a worse gaming experience. So I mean, whether you want to look at that as a draw for the OLED or a plus to play it handheld and take advantage of the OLED, that's still a reality. When it comes to game selection, we are gonna see a pretty good beginning of 2023. I'm not too sure what the rest of 2023 has to hold. We're gonna have to wait for a direct to give us that information. When it comes to this after a year, the question might be asked, would I purchase this again already having the Switch here? And the answer is twofold. One, I would say yes, absolutely I would purchase it again because this is a launch day Switch. The battery life on this is better than the launch day Switch. There is a middle ground. There is the Switch that you can purchase right now that is not OLED, that is considered the red box Switch, and that does have improved battery life. As far as the Joy-Con problem's concerned, that's gonna be pretty much across the board, but Nintendo has provided us with ways to fix that by just sending them our Joy-Cons, and they will replace that for free. And that's, for the most part, pretty seamless. The only reason why I wouldn't buy this is if I was never planning on playing it on the go. And as time has gone on, I find myself playing my Nintendo Switch on the go far more than I originally did. Now with my TV being the LG C2, an OLED panel capable of 120 frames per second, as well as 4K, playing games from the Switch onto that are a little bit rough. The upscaling isn't perfect, even though I do use the M Classic upscaler, which I've made a video about, and I'll link that at the end of this video. I will say that playing a Switch on a TV like that just feels a little bit iffy. Now, if you are a zero Switch owner, which one would I suggest to you? Well, I would suggest the OLED. I'd say that Redbox, OG, whatever it may be, it's $50 less, and that $50 is not well saved. It really isn't. If you really want to save money, I would say potentially look into getting the Nintendo Switch Lite, but that comes at some drawbacks, and I've made a full video right here that can help you guys decide which one's right for you. All right, guys, hopefully that helps you out, and most of all, happy gaming.